Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be everything I bought in September. There's still a week left, but I think I'm done. I got everything I'm going to get for this month. It's not too big of a haul, but there's some really cool stuff. So first up is Accept, Humanoid, their latest album. So in my last video, somebody was asking me about if I heard this one yet. I've just been dragging my feet. And with Accept, like I said in the last video, they're so consistent with what they put out. It's always killer. Everything since, Mark joined the band, it's just been absolute bangers. And I'm expecting the shoe to fall off at some point because it's hard to keep that pace. Well, this one, they didn't do it. This is killer too. So that's the color right there. And then on Too Mean to Die, The Undertaker's the real banger for me on this one. It's Frankenstein. That song is sick, man. So I got this last week. Me and my buddy, we went out to Reno to the Testament show at the Grand Sierra Resort, and I went by Recycled Records and got this. It was only 25 bucks, which is pretty cheap nowadays for vinyl prices. So yeah, Humanoid from Accept. I'll leave a link for that video in the description or up in the box, however that works. And yeah, check out. We had a really good time out there, so I got a little review on that. All right. All right, so next up we have the band Attic from Germany, and this is their Darkest Rites EP, the single from their new album, Return of the Witchfinder. So quick story, look how that's embossed like that with the artwork. So this is hand numbered. It's either 151 or 454, I don't know. But out of 500. So this thing comes with the back patch, so that's really cool. And then it comes with the big giant poster. Here, let me pull it out here. Okay, so you got the artwork, and you got a real cool band photo there. And then the cool thing about this vinyl, yeah, it's just a regular black, but on the reverse side, it's signed by the band. So that's really cool. Thing, I didn't even know it was out. I think the band's just holding on to them. Maybe Van Records never had it for sale that I know of. The way that I found out about this is at Hell's Heroes, they were selling this shirt, obviously, right? This is from the fest. But when I listened to J-Dog's review of the Hell's Heroes Fest, he talked about this, buying this at the show. And I was like, I didn't see this. But the merchandise was such a shit show at the fest. They had one lady selling merch for like all these bands, where the year before they had like 4 people working the merch stand. So it was long lines. You stood in line for hours. Anyways, I hope they fix it next year. But I talked to J-Dog actually at Milwaukee Metal Fest, and I was like, I didn't see this thing out there. He's like, oh yeah, it was out there. I bought it when it was still light outside, so I had missed it. So, but I got it now, so I'm pretty stoked. The only thing that sucks is there's a crease there, but I don't know. I guess I'll live with it. See ya. Darkest Rites from Attic. Check it out. All right. So the next few releases, I ended up placing an order with the High Roller Records. And as you well know, the shipping from there is ridiculous, right? So like Melanie from Death Metal was mentioning in one of her recent videos for the high roller reissues, you could go to Vinyl Command out of Mesa, Arizona. They carry a lot of that. Hell's Headbangers carries a lot of it. And Heavy Metal Museum, which is on Discogs, which I got to place an order with him. He's got some more killer stuff I want. You could get it through them. But this next album, this is the Marbles limited to 100 editions, 100 pieces. And I think they were only selling it through High Roller. I didn't see it sold anywhere else. But I might be butchering their name, but Helvetets Port, which translates to, I believe, Hell's Gate in Swedish. So yeah, I had to order this album through them just because of the strict limited edition of it. So I placed an order. I grabbed 3 records. So like I said, it was pricey with the shipping. So here is that Marble. So that's killer. Quick story on this release and this band. Not trying to get all into politics, but this is probably as far deep political crap as I'll ever get on this channel. Try to be anyways. Let me see if there's anything else in here before. Ooh, a little flyer flew out. So just the lyric sheet and the vinyl. So this album, it was the end of November 2020. We all know what happened. I got really sick with the you-know-what, and I was down for probably a good 2 weeks. It's probably the worst I've ever felt in my life. So towards the end of middle of December, started feeling better, all that good stuff. And on New Year's Eve, they released this video. I'll try to play it coming up here. And it was for Black Knight. They were in the studio recording it. And that song, I don't know if it was because of the time, everything was like, oh, cool, 2021's coming. Everything's going to be rad. We're going to get over this. Yay. But anyways, that video, especially that song, I watched it over and over again because the song is so cool. So meanwhile, almost 4 years later, this album finally comes out. And it's good. 2049 is really good. Wasteland Warriors, Tyrants in Tokyo. Good songs. But Black Knight is the absolute smasher. It's what opens this album. So yeah, I'll try to play that video right now. If not, we'll move on to the next one.
Through the smoke and the blue-red lights, he can't be seen as black as night. This future has no law. He's a guardian renegade, a shadow in the alleyway. Ride out, the streets will give you more. Friday night, a good time, the river scum will be your Black Knight.
All right, so next up out of that high roller package is Release from Agony from Destruction. So this says it is mixed splattered vinyl. All right, so let's check it out. This is probably, yes, I do love the early Destruction albums, but this is one of my very favorite Destruction albums. Love the guitar work in this. Okay, so with the high roller early reissue stuff, that's freaking killer color. So there's lots of goodies in here. Okay, there's the sleeve for the album. Something else in here, I can't dig it out quite. We go set this over here. Like a band photo card. And here's like a collage. All their releases up till Release from Agony. Actually, it goes past that because here's Cracked Brain right here. Yeah. So, and no high roller reissue is complete without a big giant poster. for wall space I don't have. Yeah, so there it is, Released from Agony. We all know and love it. It's killer stuff. All right, so next up, Stalingrad from Accept. So this is the one Mark era album that I don't have. Never got the vinyl of. So this one's on, wow, it's on Back on Black. I haven't bought one of these in years. That's kind of crazy. All right, so it says limited edition. This did come from High Roller as well, but I didn't know Back on Black was still doing stuff. Because they were doing stuff back when, you know, nobody else was releasing vinyl because, you know, they didn't think vinyl made any money. And now that vinyl makes a lot of money, everybody wants to make them now. So let's see what we got going on here. Let me slide this off. Sorry if I keep moving off camera. I'm just using my chair over here. Okay, so the vinyl color. It is a double album. There's the inside there. And here's all the Back on Black mail order catalog. So yeah, killer album. This was the second one out of the Mark era. And I remember Udo was in an interview and, you know, Blood of the Nations came out and he's like, well, let's see him do that again. Then this one came out and it's like, it hasn't stopped since. So yeah, Stalingrad. I finally have it. Awesome. And then finally, we have the Black Sabbath box set. So 1989 to 1995, so the Tony Martin era of Black Sabbath. So I've just been eyeing this on Amazon for a minute. I think it dropped down probably 12% or something. It was under $100 or right at $100. I like Headless Cross. It's probably the only album I've heard. So I will be my first time hearing these other Black Sabbath albums I've never heard before. So it finally became, you know, decent enough price to pick it up. So yeah, kind of like that Deicide box set, which I'll talk about here too. So there's no inserts with these albums, and they're all just standard black. But it does come with a large booklet. Which, as opposed to the Deicide album, doesn't come with one. So yeah. So lots of cool stuff in here. Stories, lyrics, everything that goes with it. So yeah, I ended up picking this up. Cool box set. Black Sabbath. All right, so that pretty much does it for September. Real quick, I want to bring this back up. I ended up selling the first album, Deicide and Legion, out of it since I already have them. So I got $100 back out of that deal. So this box set ended up costing me like just a little over $100. So as I stated before, I now have a Frankensteined out Deicide box set with the first two albums on the reissue Red from Metal Blade. And the Once Upon a Cross from an earlier Roadrunner release or Road Racer, whichever one it is. So for $100, you get Serpents of the Light, the live album, and a few other albums. I think it's worth it. So it took some work, but I made it worth it. All right, so that's going to do it for this one. I'll see you guys on the next one for what I got September. So like I said, I got Heavy Metal Museum. I'm doing an order for him. Probably about 5 records there. And then we got a couple shows coming up. Aftershock. There's another fest I'm going to. So check out the travel stuff I do too. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers. Thanks for checking out my channel. Later, y'all. You heard him, folks. Suck on my nightstick and see. Hell yeah. Little black magic cover action from Attic. Hell yeah.